Hey everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It is Wednesday, and I tell ya, Meghan Markle, you can't get away from her. She's like a bad rash. She is all over the media, print, news, social media. She's everywhere. And it's expected, because this is also the 16th anniversary, or not 16th, 14th anniversary of Prince William and Catherine. So they've been all over the news. She's changed her hair. Meghan, no matter what she tries to do, how purposeful her antics become, she's never going to be able to compete with Catherine. No matter how she tries to steal the limelight, she just doesn't come close. There's just no contest. And to even up that, we've seen on Meghan's Instagram, she's been posting a lot of pictures of the so-called kids. If you've noticed, from one picture to the next, from the time they were little, the things we have seen, the hair is different each time. The texture's different. The kid's size, I mean, none of it makes any sense. We've seen these videos, little clips featuring Lily and Archie many, many times. Different kids every time. And like I've been saying all along, there are no kids. There are no kids. You know, and in conversation, she's had episode 3 of her own podcast come out this week as well. She has appeared on a friend's podcast as well, and so we've gotten a lot out of Meghan. When she was on the Carolina, they were talking about the children, and Meghan's going on about, oh my God, how hard it is to juggle business and children and this and that, and how she tries to stay present with her children is every night she sits down at her computer and she writes little emails to Lily and Archie to archive in a folder till perhaps they're older, and then she's going to present it to them, you know? It's like her little digital diary that she's keeping thoughts and feelings about the children. So when they're 18, what? She's going to hand them the password to like 14,000 emails, and what are they supposed to do? Sit there and read through how Meghan crows about, oh, I'm such a good mother, I did this, I feel like that, you know, all the bullshit, the word salad, I hate that phrase, that she uses every time she opens her mouth. Emails full of this crap, and this is, people don't do that, okay? When they're very little, you might write a note or two in their baby book, and some observations and things like that are going to be entertaining when they're older. You don't archive 18 years of emails, supposedly. What some people have done when they're suffering a terminal illness or something of that nature, they will record little videos or write letters or wrap a Christmas present, knowing they're not going to be around, right? They'll leave something for the surviving child. So far as we know, Meghan is not suffering anything but severe delusions. Nobody does that? The woman's crazy. But then again, this is the reason it all sounds so crazy, and it's like nobody would ever do that because she's making it up as she goes along. This is what she thinks makes her sound relatable. Keep that in mind. There are no kids. She has no soul. Any personality trait she exhibits is something that she is sucked off somebody else, you know. She's a husk of a human being. She really is, you know. And it's just amazing with all this. So from somebody who claims she, you know, doesn't pay any attention to social media, I mean, that's a hoot in itself. But, you know, in the course of the week, we've gone from her on her own podcast describing her entry into the royal family and then what ensued as being in the trenches. A phrase usually related to a wartime story, just horror, you know. She was in the trenches right away. She's gone from being in the trenches to, you know, to just a blissful family life, juggling her business and potty training and friends. And if you hear Meghan talk, the common thread through her life has been her joy of making jam. That's right. All through it, she made jam for friends and family, and then one day it just dawned on her that why not? This is so great. Why not share it with a wider public? That's just how good-hearted Meghan is. If you believe this. If you believe this. It wasn't up until this year that we ever even heard of jam. Well, it's not jam. It's spread. Can't even be classified as a food. Good grief. You know? And then, and maybe the biggest thing she did this week. Oh, see this using blatant use of the HRH, which the Queen had put in abeyance, and forbid them to use it in any way in a commercial manner at all. And she goes, oh, well, no, you know, I don't really use it, just with family and friends. So she won't use it in public, but what? She uses HRA. Do they have to curtsy, call her Her Royal Highness? You'd think family and friends might be just a little more casual than that. Everything about this woman is a contradiction. Everything about this woman is smoke and mirrors. It's from scam jam to photoshopped life. We don't even know who Meghan is. We know there's no kids. Hell, we haven't, you know what? We haven't even talked about Harry yet. The more of the stunts that Meghan pulls, the worse it gets for Harry. After this blatant use of the HRH has now come out, there's already talk in all the media, like all the papers and stuff, that when William is king, he's going to strip them of their HRH. Well, now here's the thing. I think he must go further, and there's precedent for it. The Queen of the Netherlands, I think she even took the prince titles off a couple of her grandsons, because one was a model in London and one had a business. Yeah, it's, you know, I kind of laugh when people say, well, oh, the government has to do that, or he can't take away, if he takes away the Duke and Duchess, they'll still be prince and princess. Technically, she has to be Prince Henry, but that won't last. She'll be Princess Meghan in a minute. But here's the thing. He doesn't need to. He's the king. One thing people don't understand is that royal prerogative basically means he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, for whatever reason, and he doesn't have to explain himself. And there's nobody on the friggin' planet that can override him. So, as far as letters patent and protocol is what the monarch desires. That's all it is. They can change the rules as they go along, whatever suits them. So this talk about, oh, he can only go so far and this and that, and it requires, I've said it 100 times, a letters patent is nothing more than an interoffice memo. Just, saying, we're going to do this from now on. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I've said for 3 years now that I think William will ascend to the throne much sooner than anybody would have anticipated. Now, I said that before there was a cancer diagnosis because of the fact that I just said that Charles would be such a weak king, such a weak, divisive king, that public opinion and the government, he would be facing big opposition for some of the choices that he made and some of the decisions that he made, and that William would be stepping in and basically forcing him off the throne, forcing him to abdicate. And I've said since then that, and I've never denied, cancer, he's got a cancer diagnosis. I was saying this before then, again, but, that they can use it as a good excuse. So he's weak, he's, still undergoing cancer, he can't perform all of his duties, more and more is going to William, so he's decided to abdicate. This is what I think we're going to hear. Not that the cancer isn't an issue, but it's just real convenient. But I've said it all along. I think it's going to be because William has strong-armed him to stepping down. And I think we're closer and closer to that. And I tell you, we've been watching this. We've seen William flex on the world stage at the Pope's funeral, other occasions, meeting Trump, this kind of thing. He is a statesman. And I think, especially with what's going on these days, in Britain, we've pretty much seen the collapse of the whole net zero program there. I mean, it's still in place. But Tony Blair, the granddaddy of climate crisis, has basically said we can't pursue this net zero stuff anymore. It's not cost effective. It doesn't make any sense. Like, scrap the 2040 stuff or whatever it was, right? I mean, here in Canada, that's a whole other video I'm not even going to start. Back to Charles and William. With how forceful in his attitude towards climate change and this kind of thing and everything, King Charles, right? He has a certain amount of a base, and he's been promoting this stuff for decades, and he's knee-deep in business deals with the government or the wind farms and England Energy or UK Energy, whatever it's called. It's basically a shell company, but he's going to profit from that. It's all kind of falling apart, and this was unexpected. But this is a conflict for the king. Because how can he go on promoting this stuff and is a member of the World Economic Forum and all of that? One of the founding members, as a matter of fact. How can he go on promoting all of this when his government has said, like, we got to scrap it, this is a non-starter? Even a Labour government saying, oh my God, like, even this is too bad even for us. Canada's not there yet, but yeah, I think William is more and more in a position. He's positioning himself to take over. He's starting to manage things. You're really starting to see it. And the way things are done is subtly changing. And I think we're very close. I think we're very close to a statement. Maybe a couple of months. Wouldn't surprise me. Meghan and Harry. Meghan and Harry are on their last legs. They really are. That's what I think's going on. I want you to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, share this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.